everybody. Carmen
and
Andrea here with Quality Sewing. And for this week's How Do I, we are doing our second segment on how to create a design and then with your ScanNCut and then make a screen print template so you can do screen printing. So in our first segment, we went through how to make a design with AI, which was super fun. If you haven't seen that segment, you can go watch it on our YouTube channel. We have a playlist called How Do I? And that would be segment 1. We took you step by step through how to use AI, create the design, okay? So we created this design in AI, we printed it now onto a piece of paper, and then what's amazing is we put it into our ScanNCut, it scanned it, and then turned it into a cut file. And then we put our vinyl into the ScanNCut, and then it cuts out the design for us. So where we left off was the ScanNCut was cutting. We had sort of told you what was going to come next, but here we are into the next step where we're going to talk through how to make that design into two different ways, right?
Two different ways.
So what are the two that you have here?
Okay, so we are going to do a heat. They're both heat vinyl, but we're going to actually print, or not print. Well, yeah, this one is printing. We are going to put this onto some organza, and we're going to make it into a silk screen.
Right, so here. This one is going to be a template for screen printing, and then this one is just heat press vinyl. We're just going to put it on a bag, just like how you normally would do any form of heat press. Like if we flip back over here, it's exactly like this. This is heat press vinyl. And the reason why we have both of them is the weeding process, depending on which one you are doing, is different. So we've just taken it off of the machine and we already did some pre-weeding. So this one for the heat press vinyl, how would we finish weeding it? Can you explain like why we're weeding it, like what this process is?
Absolutely. So last time we talked about positive space and negative space. And so for this one, where we're actually just going to take the image and put it right on the bag, we wanted to keep all the positive space. So this is actually the back of the heat press vinyl. If we were to flip it over, this is the actual image that you're going to see with the fun, beautiful kind of metallic look to it. This is going to be put right on there. You can see that it's attached to a clear transfer piece of vinyl right here, and we talked about that last time, and now you can actually see it, that is actually there, and it's keeping all our little images in its exact position. So what we have left is all of the positive space, and that's what's going to actually go on the bag or the shirt or whatever project you want.
Great. So show us how we finish weeding this, or at least get the wreath done.
Okay, so this is going to be the really fun part. It's kind of the big aha. I'm going to take my tool. I've got these tools right here. This is a set, the scraper and the weeder. This is a very important tool because it's going to get you into. I think they call this a hook. I mean, it looks like a dental tool or something. It does. But it really gets in to get all those little bits of vinyl. Super sharp. You can get you kind of weed yourself in to a little ledge right there. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have a nice little pair of scissors too. And I'll show you this here in just a second. I'm going to get a little corner up like that. And I'm going to cut through an edge so it'll just make it a lot easier to kind of go through. And I'm going to, this is my favorite part, Carmen, right here, watch this.
So much of it, you can see the full shape come together.
It's very satisfying. And once you get up a good edge like this, you can just see it coming undone. Whoop, and the image actually pops out. I'm going to, because this is a lot of extra space, I'm going to cut that right off so I don't get it stuck back on to the transfer, because this is sticky. It's really nice. When you put it down on the bag, it just sits right where you want it to get ironed on there. Ooh, look at that. Oh, this is the best part right here. Look at that. Isn't that satisfying, Carmen?
It is very satisfying. And you just want to sort of carefully pull it away so that way you don't accidentally pull up part of your design, right? You're pulling up all of the negative space.
And you can see I'm kind of moving back and forth a little bit, like
just sort of wiggling it.
Wiggling it. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to take my weeder tool right here. There's a little part
in the letters. Take out the little hole there for the E.
There's that. Oh, it's sticking to my hand here.
And we have and there's
a little bit of the S.
S on scary there.
right there.
And then maybe the A, it looks like the A and the R as well. But you can see the reason why we did a little bit of the weeding ahead of time is it does take a little bit of time. You just want to sort of slowly go through and weed it. But it works so well and gives such professional results.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. And now it's ready to put right onto, oh, hold on, there's a little piece right there. It's ready to go right onto our bag. We're gonna push that, the scraps aside there. You actually have the
heat press. Yes.
Now,
I'm going to pull the heat press into view here.
Yeah, one thing that I really love about this heat press is if you can use your regular old iron, but you really don't want to.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant to do that because you have to move your iron all around and hope that you got all the edges and everything. When you put this heat press on, it just puts it over the entire.
This whole thing is hot.
Yeah.
So.
This little guy is just the holder, so you can put that down on something. Actually, this part is for our the next project for the silk screen. I'm going to put my bag down like this. Oh, I still got vinyl on myself. And then I'm going to eyeball this and get the little scraps off. You want to make sure that there's no random scraps on there. We're just going to give it a good eyeball like that. That looks about good, right? Like that. And when you take the heat press, look at this. The transfer sheet is sticky, and so it's just going to stay right there.
And do we need this for the...
Nope, because the heat, the clear transfer sheet over top. And this heat press comes with a little mat below that's about the same shape and the size of it. So you just put it right over the top. And we're gonna hold that for about 30 seconds. And what I love, and you press it down, yep, just press it, give it some pressure right there. What I love about it is that the entire shape is getting heated down all at the same time. So you know that the entire image is going to be perfectly even and you won't have any bubbles. Okay, let's give it a try.
Let's see.
Wow. Ooh.
Voila. And look at that, just like that.
I let it cool just a little bit because, you know, when glue is hot, it's still sticky.
And let's flip it this way so everybody can see it right side.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, we put it on burlap, so it did pick up the texture of the burlap a little bit.
Fun. I love how those little things change in like a design. Ooh. Look at that. So here we have all the positive space, and then this is just easy heat press. If it had been stick or vinyl, it would have been the same thing. You just would have stuck it on, and you wouldn't have used
you
the
don't
heat
use
press.
the heat. It just sticks on. It's so great.
Exactly. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to show you how to use the same design but make it into a template for screen printing.
Absolutely. Okay, now you can see that I used an entire 12 by 12 inch sheet, and I put the image right in the center of my sheet here, and I did that on purpose because when you want to make the screen print like this, you're going to put that in the center of your hoop. Like
and you need all the space so the ink doesn't go through.
Yeah, because you
only want the ink to go through the negative space.
The negative space.
Right, and that's where this is sort of an important detail. Here we cut out the positive space, and then on this guy we're going to weed out all of that negative space, so that way the ink is going to fill in the positive space to make our design.
Correct. Okay, here we go. We're gonna, where did I put my weeder? My weeder is right here. And this one's kind of fun because we're gonna pull out the whole middle wreath right here. Ooh, look at that. Now you want to go gently, and like I said, you want to have a pair of scissors with you because every once in a while, you know, your blade could be a little bit dull, or if you're cutting like fabric or any other materials, you want to always have a little pair of scissors because sometimes like a little section won't get cut or something. But in this case, we had a sharp blade and everything came out beautifully, right? Like that. Actually, no, look at that. Look, we actually have an example. See where it's not coming undone? It's a little tiny spot, and you just trim it with your scissors, and voila! We took out the whole center wreath right there. And like we said, this is on the back side. This is the sticky part, and this is the transfer sheet right there. So what we're going to do is because you have the organza over there.
I have the organza right here for you.
Okay. So because we want to iron this onto organza, and organza is woven and things go through it, that's on purpose, right? We want to put down...
It's our screen.
Yeah, it's our screen. We want to put down a transfer sheet, or not a transfer sheet, a non-stick sheet right underneath it, right here. And we have a ton of different brands of these in each store. So you can just ask if you need
silicone pressing, the pressing cloth. This is just a standard like silicone pressing cloth that we're using here. Lots of different types of them.
Yeah, a lot of times it's for applique. For
applique, I use it all the time in order to protect fabric.
Yes.
They're very handy to have.
You want to protect your ironing board in this case because the stickum will go through, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so we are going to actually just take our image like this. And okay, so a moment of like embarrassment right here. I actually cut my applique sheet, so that's why it's not very large. Don't cut your applique sheets, just leave them as big as they are.
And they actually also come in a lot of different sizes.
They do.
So you can buy them in a smaller size or in a bigger size, which is super handy because sometimes you have a large thing and you want a bigger pressing sheet, or there's a smaller pressing sheet. So there's a couple of different options.
Yes, don't cut your large ones. Just leave your large ones. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna slide this over here. Yes,
I'm gonna hold the hot iron away from you.
Away from me. Okay, and in this case, we'll have to do it in like 2 sections. So we'll iron it here, and then we'll scoot it up and iron it down there.
Okay, great. So
we're just gonna put it right over top.
Should I go to the middle first, or should I do the corner?
Yeah, let's do the very middle first because that's the image that we really want to make sure everything is good and secure on there. In the past, when I first got started with this, I'm like, my iron is good enough. I can just use that. There was little sections. I had to like test it, like gently peel up that transfer sheet, and then I'd be like, oh man, I missed a spot. Yeah, and have to redo it.
And a heat press is giving you more even pressure for a larger surface area. This is a portable heat press. It's a little smaller. Memento also, these are the Memento heat presses by Singer.
They're probably good.
And they actually also have a really large a very large heat press that actually this whole thing would go inside, which is sort of great. And that one is digital and it goes down and it raises itself when it is done. You can set the temperature. It is pretty cool. So if you're doing a lot of things with heat press vinyl, I recommend having I definitely recommend having a heat press of some kind instead of your iron.
Yes, they are just...
Because you're just going to get better results every time.
Absolutely. If you're doing anything, I've made huge banners, I've made t-shirts, I've made, you name it, just having a heat press is going to be an absolute amazing tool to have with this whole process. And it's amazing all the things that you can think of that you need to use it for.
Right.
Our cord's a little short there. Okay, and you can see how it's going through the organza because we have to peel it off. And we're just going to move around the edges here and get it on there nice and tight.
And do the next section.
Right like that. And having the right tools is always so much easier to do any project. Yeah. And it makes you want to be more creative because in the creative process, you don't want to be languishing or set back because you don't have the right tools and it's taking too long and you get frustrated and stop doing it. So this just makes the process go so much. Oh my gosh, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Look at that.
One more little section, I think, or maybe 2.
Here. Yeah.
And then we'll be done. So tell us about where you get the organza.
Oh yes, so organza is a little tricky to find now that we don't have that one large fabric chain. Right. But where I've found them lately, it has been like your local craft store that has fabric in it. Like our local Walmart has some fabric in it.
Michael's, I think Michael's has more of that stuff now.
Yeah, I have to check it out. They said they have fabric there, so I'm going to go check it out. We'll have this specialty fabric.
Right. At Quality Sewing, we carry cotton fabric, but we don't have things like organza.
Yeah. Now the organza, it is, if you think of more like a drapery or like on those fancy ball gowns and things like that, that's going to be your organza. It is stiffer, so when you go and shake it or like hold it kind of sideways, it's going to keep its shape. It's different than the flimsy. I'm not even going to say the word because then you're going to remember it.
So you know what?
So you just want to remember organza.
Organza. I also bet you that Pacific Fabrics and Crafts down in Seattle, there by Soto, they are a local fabric store and they have everything.
They have every color of organza you could possibly
plus
imagine.
all the other things, all different types of fabric, garment fabric, really good high quality fabrics. So if you've been looking for a fabric store, the next time you're down by like Soto there, because you're going to a game, pop into Pack Fab.
Oh, it is so great. And if you are a So Fun member, you get a discount with your So Fun card.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Which is great. Put this over here. Okay, should we get that in the hoop now?
Well, we can't do it quite yet.
We gotta let it finish cooling.
Cool just for a second because we have that clear. You can't see it very well, but
see, I'm like so ready to do it. I just want to go.
We're going right away, right? Okay, so as you're pulling this off, do it a little bit gently because then you'll be able to see if an area didn't iron down quite as well. And I'm going to have you help me with this.
I'm going to hold
because it's so big.
It's so sticky and big.
When you do the silk screening, it really is. Oh, we're going over all the little details.
Yeah.
Make sure they all come out. Oh, it's looking amazing.
Looking great.
It really is easiest to do this with a buddy. You'll have one person hold, one person scrape, and then one person hold the project, like the t-shirt or the bags or something. Whoa, we're almost there. Ready?
Yeah.
Ugh. This is so exciting and so satisfying. Look at that.
There we go.
So awesome.
You can see now what we're creating is this same thing there. So we have it right here, and then it goes in this hoop here, so that way we can use this template for our screen painting because the ink is going to go through that open space, through the organza onto the shirt.
Yep. Now these are just little cheapy wooden hoops.
Just like embroidery hoops.
They're embroidery hoops, and I found these at the thrift store.
Yeah.
So,
or you can find these at craft stores. They have them as well, and they have them in different sizes. And you want to make sure it's obviously big enough that you can spread the ink around, right? You wouldn't want it to be super tight, close to the edge.
Right. And oh, I did this wrong.
Is there a trick for which way you do the hoop?
Yeah. Can you see how the fabric is going inside? You want to make sure that the fabric is inside. So I'm going to put the biggest part of the hoop underneath like this, and this will push my fabric down inside. And I'm going to try and center it, as best as I can. Like this. If you want to get really technical, you can like mark out edges and things, but I'm not that technical. I like to see the finished product.
Okay, and then you're just going to push it down.
Push it down inside of there.
Perfect. So that all gets pushed down. You have to loosen the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we end up with this. Do we want to use...
I'm struggling. There we go. We just need to open it just a little bit more.
Right.
Okay. Whoop. And I'm going to be pulling it taut as I put it in there.
Because you want it to be like how this one, if you look at this guy, it is, it's nice pretty taut and perfect. And this one is ready, so we can use this one for the screen printing.
Well, this one is ready too.
Perfect.
You can use either one. Do you want to use this one since they're all finished?
Yes.
Okay. It's fresh and fabulous and ready to go. I'm just going to tighten it around the edges here a little bit more. And I'm going to go to this little screw right here, and I'm going to tighten that screw up just a wee bit more, like.
Because you don't want it to pop out in the middle of your...
You don't want it to pop out.
No.
Okay, so here we go. Our screen print is ready to go. We're going to put that there for now. We've got our
t-shirt.
And one other important thing, where's that really cool, bright colored piece of paper? Where did it go?
Oh, I tucked it down here.
Oh, you put it in a really good place.
Apparently, I put it in a hiding spot.
Oh, I took it.
You took it. Okay, there it is.
Okay, so you want a piece of paper or something underneath inside your t-shirt because the ink, well, it goes through things. And you don't want it to mark the other side of your t-shirt. I'm struggling there. Let's get that piece of paper in there. Okay, there we go. And you want to make sure...
It's just like a piece of construction paper or like a piece of cardstock. It just needs to be a barrier, basically, that is going with, that has a little bit of weight. So it's nice if it has a little bit more weight than like
box, something along those lines.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to straighten this just a little bit more. There's a little wrinkle underneath the front part. There we go.
And if you were doing this at home, you would want to iron your shirt so that way it doesn't have any wrinkles or puckers in it.
Right. Well, this one is just kind of sewn weird, so it's just a little cheapy.
For our example, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a great example for now. Okay, and one thing that I did want to share with you is not all inks are created equal. We have this one, we are using fabric printing ink, and I just got this box off of Amazon, a variety pack, so because I knew I have lots of kids and I'd probably be doing lots of screen printing, so I got this fun variety pack. You want to test it out on like a scrap piece of fabric or something first, or a scrap t-shirt, just to test out how thick or thin the ink is. Yeah, because the first one that I used was a lot thicker than this one, and so when I practiced with it, I globbed it on. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I don't need as much.
And just like so many things in sewing, it's always good to do, and crafting, it's good to do a test run so you can make sure you know how all of your tools are going to work and sort of test your technique. And screen printing is the same.
Yep. Okay, so I have this little scraper here from Brother, but I think I originally used this. This is just like one of your bread cutter things from my kitchen.
But you need some sort of wide flat,
old credit card or something will do the trick too. But this was just nice because it was super big.
Are we ready to put this here?
I think so. I think we are ready. Do you want to do this upside down? We are upside down.
Yeah, here, let's flip it around so you can see it right side.
So it's upside down for us, but like right side up for you. We're gonna scoot this, let's see.
Great.
Just trying to avoid that little line thing there.
Oh yeah, so we probably want it back here.
Yeah, just to make sure it comes out clean. So this is the part where you need a helper. So I'm gonna have Carmen hold the edges down, right, nice and tight like that. I'm going to take a little bit of my ink here and just kind of scrape it along the edge.
Like some mustard or something.
Yeah, yes. Except blue.
Except blue.
Like Sesame Street mustard.
That's right. Just spread it on just a little bit there.
I'm going to put it actually a little bit less because that's how much I did last time. So I'm going to do a little bit less this time.
And this is why you want to test it so that way you sort of know how much ink to put on.
So I've got my ink on here and I'm just going to kind of squeegee it on there, kind of move it around, make sure all the little edges are in there. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to kind of come from all the different ways. Okay.
And you can really clearly see here like which areas the ink is filled in and which ones are not.
I'm just going to kind of use my knife and put the ink on the edge there. And I'm going to go from this way and kind of scrape it. Now, at this point, I could just leave it as is and it would look kind of like old and vintage because parts of it are missing, you know, if I wanted that look. But for now, I'm just going to finish filling it all in. Put a little tiny bit more, and I'm going to come in from this angle right here. There we go. Just, yeah, you are right.
Another reason why it's nice to have a helper.
Yes, another set of eyes. Ooh, I think we got it.
I think it looks really great. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do one last scrape to get any extra off. Okay, so you go ahead and put your hands on the side and hold the t-shirt.
Okay, I'll hold the t-shirt.
And then I will pull up. Whoop, boop.
And there you go, just like that.
It did come out with a cool vintage look.
Yeah.
Look at that.
How great is this? All done here. So this was just a super fun project. all Andrea's idea, and you can see all of these different things here that have all been done where we used AI to create a logo for us. And then for the screen printing, we have used the vinyl, and using the negative space here have created a template and done the screen printing. Or you can also use the designs to do regular sticker vinyl like the dancer over there, or the heat press vinyl like this, or the heat press vinyl on that bag that we showed you. So it's super versatile and an excellent way to use your ScanNCut in such a fun, creative process.
Oh yes,
that is a great question.
That's
so how do we clean and store this once? Because obviously you can't leave it like that with all the ink on it.
No, if you leave it like this, the ink will dry.
Okay, yeah, we don't want that.
Then, unless you want it to have that vintagey look on it. But I just take it to my sink in my kitchen, and I use like my brush for my dishes, and I just kind of gently go over it on the front, and then I flip it on the back, and I do it on the back, and voila, you can keep it.
Yeah, and you can see this one we actually have used previously, and it is totally fine. It's just been all washed and cleaned and ready to go.
Yeah, and you want to clean it pretty soon afterwards. You don't want to wait too long.
I feel like anytime with paint, you got to clean it right away.
Yeah,
once it dries,
it's paint, so you want to clean it. And wash it right away. But this is something great for you if you've got your own personal little business, if you have a family camp out or a church youth group,
hosting a quilting
retreat, anything that's coming up that you want to make something special for. And also, one other thing in the ScanNCut is you can size it. So if you wanted to do it just on a little pocket,
oh, that's a great idea,
or on a bag, you change the size. So it's good to have two different hoops. Like when we did our family camp out, we had little kids.
Which is this one up here.
That family camp out is very specific, just for us, just for our 4 families. We made a smaller one for a kid version.
Oh,
so
nice.
you could do that for bags, or like if you have your own quilt retreat or something, you can make t-shirts, but then you could also make matchy bags.
Right, super fun. This is such a great idea. So we're here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for our How Do I series. This was the second part of a series. The first one was all about how you create the actual design in AI. So watch us. Let us know if you have questions. We will continue to answer them even if you're not watching this live. Thanks so much, and happy crafting and sewing.